Welcome to my home. I'm Tina. I'm going to show you today how to put this 4-tier mini greenhouse together that I just picked up from Grocery Outlet. I thought, well, it's kind of convenient. It says there that elsewhere it is basically $60. So I checked on the internet, and no, you can get them a little cheaper, but they are selling it for $34.99, and seems fairly simple to put together. I've been doing a lot of planting, and I'm getting ready to get a bunch of seedlings going on the indoors, so that way they'll be ready to plant when it's time outside. Okay, let's get going here. Excited to see what everything looks like. I'm just gonna kind of slide it out of here. It doesn't feel too heavy. Ooh. I think there's some instructions. There we go. So it shows all the different pieces, what you're gonna do with it. Seems fairly straightforward. Got a couple of these guys. Now I will say it is very, very lightweight for all these pieces. So if you are going to put it outdoors, it's gonna have to be an area where there is not tons of wind. Up here, there's no way that I could put it outside because our winds are just way too strong. I don't think there's a single place on our property that we could put it that it wouldn't get blown to heck and end up in down in the canyon somewhere. I don't know. So here is the cover. It's pretty cool. It's got a little zipper front, from what I understand, to pull it up. Okay, let's see. Seems like it sits about like that. Woo! You can see the top part there. We'll lay that out. I'll let it start getting a little unwrinkled. According to the instructions, you've got these green things. They've got holes on this side, and on this side, it's just for the decorative side, I guess. So the decorative side is going to go on the outside. All the holes will go on the inside. All of them are just like that. So these ones that are shorter will be the ones that are going straight up and down to build the height of this greenhouse. We'll put those right there for the moment. And then I've got these longer ones, and they go across to make the width. And they are basically just gonna go into one end. There we go. I think it's best to probably just put them all in one side, then press them all into the other side. I think that's the smarter way to do it. All right. There we go, like that. Seems like the way to do it. Put a little elbow grease into it. All right, I do believe that they're in firmly now. That can definitely be the base. It looks like they're all exactly the same size, and from what I read from the little instructions here, they just kind of keep on stacking on top of each other with them just like this. So we'll put the next one together. Okay, so we'll take one. The next step is to start putting these in each corner. Okay, I think that's all the way down. If not, we'll find out soon. Ah, there we go. Yeah, got to put a little bit of weight into that one. There we go. Then the next goes right on top of that. Oops. Get them lined up here. There we go. All right, so far nice and easy. Next level. Line it up. Push that down. All right. Next level. And last level. Okay, we are ready for the last short ones. And then I do believe we put in 2 more of these green parts and then put on the top arches. I think we're almost getting there. Getting close. Okay. There we go. Definitely got to put a little bit of weight into these just to kind of get them down to the very bottom. Do you hear them pop? I think that's down all the way. Let's see. There we go. Yep, no, it wasn't all the way in. All right. We still put these in. Oops. And we're going like this. Let's get the 2 arches in. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. Forget it. Okay, gonna have to go to the side. Gotta put my body weight into it. Oh, there we go. Pull. Oh, there we go. Just till they snap in. All right. One. There we go. Okay, snapped in place. Okay, and here is the trays. It's bent downwards on both sides, so that will help it to stay secure and not slide off. And the material is flimsy enough. Flimsy is not a word, but bendable enough. If it's not bent enough, like this one was just a slight bit tweaked, probably from traveling. So it's easy enough to kind of readjust it slightly and help it to lay a little flatter and whatnot. So that's not too bad. So yeah, that's isn't gonna slide off too easily. You can probably adjust it, bend it inwards a little bit to keep it more secure. But they're easy enough. You just kind of slide them on in and set them on the shelf. And then tweak them a little. Here we go, put the last 2 in. There we go, nice and simple. Okay, got all the shelves in. Now, just gotta get this cover on. So it doesn't say, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'll unzip this. I think it's the easiest way to get it around the whole case, I would think. So they're both the same on each side, so it doesn't matter which way you make the front or the back. And do that. Let's see. All right. Stand it up. All right. Plastic seems like it's a pretty durable plastic, so that's good. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I think I can. All right, put that over the top. All right, so far so good. Gosh, you guys are sliding on pretty nice. All right, snug it down a little. Add around here. Wow. That actually went over much easier than I thought it would. Okay, so down at the bottom here, there's some ties, and you're just gonna tie that onto the legs right here. They've got them in the back also, see them right there. Got them in all four corners. So you're just gonna tie it onto these just to keep it nice and snug. And so we'll do that right now. Okay, we'll tie the back one first. Now I'm hoping and praying that these ties will actually help keep the kittens out of this, because I think I'm gonna put it in my she shed. At least I think it'll be best out there, because then I can put heat lamp and different stuff out there. And that, I haven't decided if it's definitely gonna be a heat lamp or those heating pads, so we'll see. Just need it to be warm enough so that those seeds will germinate and do their thing. Get this working the best possible. Okay, and just two on the other side. Now, zip it down. Oh my God, that's pretty cool. Hey, not too shabby, huh? It's pretty sturdy, it feels like. And then with this, it's got two other ties right here. Got one on the inside, one on the outside that hangs there. Do it like that. And that way, if you want it to air out a little bit, you just roll this up. It's going to be so helpful getting my little seeds going here. All right. Just gotta get that a little more even next time, maybe. But you get it. Oh my gosh. This is pretty darn awesome. Woo! These really zip super easy. Okay, super excited. I've got one of those flats, some veggies that I'm growing, and it's good to know you can actually easily put two of those long ways inwards. It's definitely deep enough to fit it, especially since it's got the plastic. Hangs over a little bit off the edge of the tray, but that's okay. And even with it zipped, there's still enough room within the enclosure to fit the tray long ways, which to me, space is everything. Do you know it came with 3 holes for each cross member to go into to put the trays together, but what I'm not sure of is underneath, you can see it, there is one more hole underneath that I'm really not sure what it's for. I don't know if you can put maybe a pull across and then hang stuff from it. I don't know, that could be a possibility that you could do, but not so sure. It's on every one of them. As far as shelves, you've got 4, of course. You've got one that sits on the ground practically. You've got a little bit of space from the ground. I'd say about 1 inch in total from the ground, so it gives you a little circulation down there. You go up, and then of course that top shelf, there's a lot of head space from that to the top. So, I mean, you could put like taller plants that you're waiting to get outside. You could get 2, 4, 6, 8. You could get 8 of these easily going long ways and still be able to fit some little ones in between if you really, really wanted to super maximize the space that you have in here to grow the most food possible. So all in all, I'm really happy with this purchase. It's I think it's a decent price. I've looked on the internet. I saw that on Amazon you can get it for about $30. So it's kind of close in price. There's a bunch of different varying prices for all over the place. But I'll put a link in the description to the one in Amazon that I found that seems that it's about exactly like this. I like the sturdiness of it. It's pretty darn good. It all went together so incredibly easy. Of course, it takes so much longer when you're trying to video to share stuff with everybody. But all in all, it was super fast, super easy, no tools involved at all. Everything just kind of snapped together and went together very good. I'll also put a link in the description for these trays here. This particular one has holes in it, but I'm going to be ordering some more without the holes. That way I can water my little seedlings and they hold the water perfect. You can get yours also. Like I said, I'll link it down in the description so you can get yours easily. And so I'm going to order a couple of them, and that way I'll have enough, or at least a little bit more than enough, because you can easily fit 8 of them in here and go from there. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope it helps you to have ways of starting your seedlings. That way you can get growing when the season is right for them, because some of them you need to start them inside, and that way when it comes time they're already growing and ready to be planted outdoors. Because some areas like mine in the 7B zone, you have to plant things at the right time. Otherwise you run out of time where it's nice season. And by the time, like say the tomatoes, if you don't get them in the ground at the right time, by the time they get the tomatoes ripe, you know, anywhere near ripen, and they start turning green and you got all these tomatoes, suddenly the weather changes, and next thing you know, you've got all these green tomatoes that have no chance of ripening to their best because the sun just isn't there like it was. It's a little too cold. So we made some green salsa and different stuff last year out of them, but this year I'm excited. I've got a good chance of getting them started early, and that way I can get them in the ground and hopefully get them to that point where they're nice and ripe for the picking before the season runs out. Okay, well, I'm gonna go bring these back outside, start getting some things planted while I've got a moment where the weather is just okay at least. And then I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put this exactly. I've got a couple of ideas. So when I get it packed with seedlings and stuff like that, and I've got it all set up, I'm gonna share it with you later. You guys take care, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Love you guys.